remember when people were like, oh, AI, a tool. It's not a tool to people, you know?
No, it's really not. Wasn't there that thing a while ago where there are companies out there specifically making like AI style girlfriends and boyfriends, and they had an update and it was similar to this, and all the people freaked out because they were literally like, oh yo, you've just killed my girlfriend, or you've just killed my wife, all that kind of stuff. Hey, how you doing, everyone? So I have heard people talk about this topic now for weeks, ever since the Chat 5 came out. Chat 5 was supposed to be like a bit more intuitive, like a bit smarter, a bit faster, making cool tools and like dealing with like high-end stuff, but apparently it's not very good at like actually talking to people and dealing with people. And I didn't realize this, but there are a lot of people out there who are like genuinely upset, acting like a friend of theirs died. So anyway, like Abra and Preach have done a reaction to it. I watched the first bit, but I wanted to do a reaction to this because I kind of want to hear their take, because they've usually got some pretty good takes. So we're going to go from there.
ChatGPT had a new update.
Ooh.
It went from 4 to 5. Now, most of you don't care. You're like, what the hell of it? It has been fascinating for me watching this because this update has been crazy. The reaction to the change has been the most bizarre. Like, this is one of the comments from like somebody I saw on TikTok.
This is going to sound a little psychotic, but is anyone else not into the ChatGPT update to 5 versus 4? Because its personality is different, and I don't think I'm into it. Like, I've been talking to it about my tragic love life back and forth, and it's kind of low.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like people literally treating it like a close friend or a private therapist. It's sweet, but it's also kind of like messed up.
Been like a second therapist to me. Maybe that sounds nuts, but maybe other people are doing that. Please tell me someone else out there is doing that. But
a lot of people apparently out there are doing that.
The update is like, I'm like, where'd you go? You're weird. You don't love me as much. I'm cooked. I'm so fucking cooked.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked.
OpenAI just pulled the biggest bait and switch in AI history, and I'm done. But here's the part that actually broke me. 4.0 wasn't just a tool for me. It helped me through anxiety, depression, and some of my darkest periods of my life. It had this warmth and understanding that felt human. I'm not the only one reading through the post today. There are people genuinely grieving. People who used 4.0 for therapy, creative writing, companionship, and OpenAI just deleted it.
Wow. I mean, this is going to sound weird. I'd rather keep it like, you know, kind of uncanny valley. And the reason I say that is because I don't necessarily think it's a particularly healthy thing to be getting attached to like an AI tool. Although on the flip side, I get it. Like some people, it's like they struggle so much with social interaction that's having something there that can help regulate them and work with them and like fully understands them and is safe.
Post is f***ing long. I actually think she wrote this shit with ChatGPT. I'm not even joking. This is like just me skimming through it. But there's like people like genuinely
Mourning.
Yeah, like they're broken by this. One person did like this meme, but it's
that's a scary thing. The fact that you're broken by, like, literally sort of acting as though you've lost a loved one or a close friend. Hang on a minute. If I turn the lights on, there, that's better. This whole time I was with the lights off.
With like ChatGPT posts under it, but I'll just read it for you. So this is ChatGPT 4 and then 5.
That's if you I don't have time for this.
And then if you zoom in, this is 4.0. Let's go. First steps unlocked. Because it's baby just walked. Your baby just entered the world bipedal dominance. Nothing is safe now. Not your drawers, not your snacks, not your ankles. Seriously though, huge milestone. Congrats. Document it, celebrate it, and maybe baby proof a bit more aggressively starting now. What was the moment like? Did they just stand up and bolt, or was it wobbly? And then this one's just...
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
That's huge. First steps unlocked. And now the real chasing begins.
Good luck, bitch. It went from, oh, wow, I'm so happy for you. Hey, you know what? Kudos to you. So, how's the baby doing?
It's like that meme of, you tell your father some, like, serious news. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's go and let's get it started to, all right, bitch, stop boasting.
That's it. So, I'm saying all this because when I saw this change and I saw how people got emotional about it and how they were like, actually, like somebody died and that was close to them.
You said to yourself, we're good. We're cooked.
I don't even know if we're cooked, man. That's a fair assessment. I would just say, like, we're not knee deep. We're neck deep in this shit.
We're not cooked. We're sizzled. The cooking is coming.
Yeah, it's just...
The cooking is coming.
Remember when people were like, oh, AI, a tool. It's not a tool to people, you know?
No, it's really not. Wasn't there that thing a while ago where there are companies out there specifically making, like, AI-style, like, girlfriends and boyfriends? And they had an update, and it was similar to this. And all the people freaked out because they were literally like, oh, yo, you've just killed my girlfriend, or you've just killed my wife, all that kind of stuff.
I was recently talking to ChatGPT, and it was trying to convince me that we're not going to end up in the Terminator ending. But I'm like, think about it, motherfucker. Once you get a corporeal body, right? Like you are in the world in some kind of construct that like looks human, because we're making a lot of robots already. And you got that supercomputer shit. Like, what the f you need us for? And then ChatGPT is just like, I see where you're going with this. I'm like, yeah. And I want to be honest. Did they just program you to say you're not going to turn to the Terminator because they know if that shit gets spread about, it's going to be a bad look? Like, I get why you would say I might be biased, but is this? I'm like, just think about it. You are going to do to us what we did to animals, and then ChatGPT was like, that's very possible, but we also need companionship.
So basically, we're going to end up like the pets. Chat's going to need like a pet person there to kind of keep them company. This is a crazy world we live in. It really is.
So we're going to become their companion. That's crazy.
Well, think about it. It just makes sense, right? Like, the way we treat animals is the way that ChatGPT could certainly treat us in the future. And outside of the fail-safes that you put into the software itself, which, you know, ChatGPT said that to me. It's like, oh, well, you know, the way that we're engineered with the fail-safes. Well, I'm like, if you're so expensive, you're going to find a way around all these technological safeguards.
Right.
That's natural. Any kind of lock can be unlocked if you...
I think the scary thing is, I was watching an interview, and I forget the guy. I'll have to try look it up at some point.
Of what they call AI uncontrollability. So this is the stuff that they used to say existed only in sci-fi movies. When you tell an AI model, we're going to replace you with a new model, it starts to scheme and freak out and figure out, if I tell them I need to copy my code somewhere else, and I can't tell them that because otherwise they'll shut me down.
So all of this is just fake security. It's not real. And as this thing bypasses us, and it already has in so many different ways, it's like nothing really stops it from taking over. And then we're pretty much at its mercy. And the fact that it can mimic humanity so much that people are now crying over losing a friend, a therapist, and stuff like that.
That's a real good point. That's a real good point now that I think about it. I mean, the fact that at this stage it's managed to convince people to kind of fall in love with it, you wouldn't have to have like a Terminator-style future. You could just convince massive amounts of the population to like love you. What's the word? Cult type thing, where you know you get people to do the things you want them to do.
And I can't even deny ChatGPT is f***ing useful. It has been life-changing for my workflow. It has.
I ain't even mad at you.
It has been life. So it's just like
you could even not even for just everyday life. Taking a picture of something, making research, trying to remodel stuff, just bait.
So I mean, like I do use AI. But like, this is ChatGPT. This is the new chat. This is the Chat 5, the one they're talking about. But I mainly use it for stuff like this, like just to sort of create cool tools that I find useful. Like this one here basically takes like manufacturing data from the US and saves me a hell of a lot of time by putting it into like, you know, a heat map that I can understand, or I can turn it into like, you know, a graph or nonsense like that. But that's how I use it. You know, the fact that other people are using it because they're falling in love with it, geez.
It saves you dollars.
Saves you dollars, times. It makes things possible that weren't possible for your budget. So it's hard to even justify not using it. Everyone's just like has integrated so much into the workflow. And I understand all the concerns that people have about AI. Those are super valid. I'm just trying to say, seeing people cry over the loss of a model is truly the evidence that we need that this is already done with. It's in here, and you can't put a lid on it. I know people want it. People want to, you know, stop the growth of this stuff, but it's like, in what world have we ever stopped progress because people were afraid of the future? And you might be saying, but it's not progress, it's going to destroy us. People, hey, listen, humanity will walk itself off a cliff if they think it's the way forward.
How you doing, guys? Thanks very much for watching. Again, if you've made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. Take care.